Hello there everybody and welcome back to SOMA. Last time we made it to the Comm Center and this is where we were going to communicate with the voice that we had talked to earlier. We didn't get a chance to really look around the room though, so we're going to do that before we have a chat with her. So let's have a look at this computer here. We can restore some files and we can listen to a couple of things hopefully. And maybe fill in some gaps. So we'll start at the earliest log on the 27th of April.
Jonesy, how's the evac coming along?
We got everything we need to move, but we can't leave the plant without supervision. Adams decided to leave Amy, Asaro, and Kalsanka to execute the automatization process.
And I bet they're thrilled about it.
I just wanted to let you know we're on schedule and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, I'll pass it on the whole check.
All right.
Jonesy, lovely morning for an evac, am I right?
It will do. I wanted to introduce you to Amy and Cal. They'll be doing the talking as soon as I leave for Theta. Say hello.
Hey, Theta.
Hello.
Hey, guys, I'm Peter Strauss, Key Dispatcher at Theta. Just let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
I suppose that's it. I'll see you real soon, when we arrive.
All right, Jonesy, have a safe trip.
Alright, so this so far has been filling in some of the gaps from the last computer monitor that we looked at. We had a look at the staff over here at Upsilon, and we saw that all of them except for Carl and Amy had gone over to Theta. And this is really just filling in those gaps and explaining that. So it looks like the team took off on the 28th of April, and they left Carl and Amy in charge of the power.
Hey, hello? Theta?
Upsilon, what's up?
We could really use some direct contact with Heather. Site Service Engineer Wolchek.
Direct links are almost impossible to establish. The Lumar relays are basically junk at this point. You can send messages via the Comm Center, and if you want, I'm pretty much always here, ready to relay anything by hand. I know it's a shitty system, but it's all that works right now.
All right, we just have to make do. Catch you later. Hello? Peter, was it?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
We're getting out. I just want to tell you that I'm going to seal the comm center now, so this is definitely the last you'll hear from us. If we don't show up in the next couple of hours, send in the cavalry.
Hang on, what's happening? It's still the same plan, right?
Yep. We'll head for the shuttle and ride it directly to Theta.
Okay, good. I'll rally the troops for a welcome party.
What I like to hear.
So that's really too bad. It looks like they had everything all set up and they were getting ready to go when something went terribly wrong. I feel bad for Carl. He seems nice, and it's too bad that they were left behind to do the job. Otherwise, they might have made it out, you know? We have a map here. So it looks like we might actually be right in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. And we also have some notes. The office is closing down and everyone is being evacuated. From everyone here, I want to say it's been an honor working with you in Epsilon. Godspeed and good luck with the apocalypse. The apocalypse, huh? Oh, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to look at this one from Lisbon. Update on the defense measurements. Final efforts by the global community to prevent collision has failed. Pathos 2 should make any final efforts to deal with the inevitable quake following impact. Estimated time for impact. 5:13. Oh man, can you imagine how horrible you would feel sending a message saying that something horrible is going to happen about 20 minutes before it happens? You would feel, I would be so powerless, you know? I mean, what do you do? That's horrible. It's with great sadness I have to inform you that the office will close and I can no longer support Epsilon and Pathos 2. I would like to take the opportunity to thank you, your supervisor Jane Adams, and the rest of the staff. You are a terrific group, and it's with great confidence I say that where we fall, you will surely carry on with bravery. Okay, what's this last one say? Jonesy, I know you have a much better chance for survival, but we have the better view. Wow, that's sad. So these are all from the year 2103 in January. So shit went down on the surface in January of 2103. I guess exactly 5:13 in the morning on the 12th of January. And if we look back at this computer, these are dated the same year, actually, 2103. So, so these were only a couple of months before these logs. So I wonder if the staff down here were down here living happily doing their jobs prior to all whatever happened on Earth, like the top half of Earth, I should say, the surface went on, or if they were sent knowing that something horrible was going to happen on Earth, you know, to save a little bit of humanity. Or I wonder if it's like a Fallout situation, or if this was, yeah, I don't really know the timeline of this, to be honest, whether it was planned for all these people to be living underwater or whether they were sort of forced underwater. But either way, that's all there is in this room. Just to piece together the timeline a little bit. And if we have a look at this keypad here, you can try and interact with some of these other sites if you want to. For example, like we can try and reach Tau as a good example. They are very, very far away. Tau is like the furthest site. So if we wanted, we can try and interact with Tau or Phi or Omega, but nothing is going to work. The only site that will work is Lambda, which is where the voice said to come to. So let's try and connect with them. And we'll have to just kind of find the sweet spot. There it is.
Hey, are you there? I found the dome ceiling.
Oh, that's better. Simon, was it?
Jarrett, Simon Jarrett.
Hi, Simon. I'm Catherine. Have you figured out what's going on yet?
Me? I was hoping you'd have some answers.
I probably have some. What do you want to know?
Where to even begin? I mean, what is this place? How did I get here? And why do the robots talk like they're people?
Well, you're at Upsilon, clearly. Have you never been there before? Where did you work?
The Grimoire in Toronto. Is that really important?
No, I mean, where did you work at Pathos 2?
I don't know what that is.
That's unexpected. Did you come directly from Toronto?
Yeah, I did. And it was very unexpected.
Have you seen any people? Like staff or field technicians?
Only robots, crazy ones.
I saw a dead guy.
This is also strange.
You're telling me.
Huh.
What was that? Whoa!
What's going on?
I think this place is about to collapse. What do I do?
Simon, come to Lambda.
How do I get there?
There are shuttle trains connecting all the sites. Find one and come here. I'll wait for you.
Well, this is very confusing and very dire.
Shit, where should I? Oh, fuck!
Well, that was a fun game while it lasted. Hope you enjoyed my short little project of SOMA. I'm just kidding. Miraculously, somehow, we're alive.
What the hell?
And breathing underwater.
How is this possible? This is insane!
It looks like we have some sort of dive suit on. I don't know, guys. But either way, hey, hallelujah, we're alright. Now we gotta climb our way out of here and try and find Catherine. Maybe we've been wearing this suit the entire time and we just didn't tell ourselves that we were wearing it, you know what I mean? Like we had it on, but we didn't realize it until now. That would make sense, though, since this is kind of futuristic and whatnot. And now we are back underwater. I shouldn't say back underwater. It's actually our first time being underwater. We've only seen it up until this point. And on my recording right now,
Where did I get a flashlight?
the underwater sections look really, really, really dark. So I'm going to try and clean it up in editing if I can. So I do apologize because it is very, very dark. It's even pretty dark on my screen, even with my brightness turned up. But that is actually kind of fairly realistic, I feel. I feel like underwater, you would have no visibility or very little visibility. I mean, we're basically at the bottom of the ocean. So really all you have to do in these areas is just follow the lights. Don't stray too far off the path, because I think that you can actually get attacked, not in every area, but in some areas. So here we have a Zeppelin transport area, but we're not going to be using a Zeppelin. We're just going to have to walk our asses over to Lambda. And there's always a couple of things you can usually interact with along the way. Some doors will open. Sometimes there'll be like a ladder for you to climb up or something like that. But a lot of the time, you're just going to be going in a straight path in these underwater areas. And Simon also mentioned that we got our flashlight. You can now toggle that on and off with Y. In these underwater sections, it's very, very hard to tell when your flashlight is on or off. So we basically just have to follow the lights and do what we can. I'm just thankful that we got the power up and running, and that there are lights out here that still work, because otherwise we'd be just totally boned. Something for us to listen to over here.
Come in, Theta. You better answer me, Strasky. Come on!
Amy, where are you?
The fields. I had to leave.
Is Carl with you?
It all went to hell.
Hold on. You got the power automated, right? The plant is saved? We need the power to keep the sites running.
Oh, fuck the power! Fuck you, Strasky! The machines killed Carl.
Oh, shit. All right, calm down. It'll be okay. Can you get back to Theta?
Yeah. I think so. I'll head for the shuttle, the Aux.
Good luck, Amy. Rooting for you.
Well, hey, at least we know Amy got out. You know, Carl and Amy were left behind. Carl died, obviously. We found his corpse, and as he was being attacked, he was telling Amy to run and get out, and apparently she did. So that's a good sign. Maybe there are other living people around here, you know? Besides Catherine, of course. And I don't know what's up with this robot. He doesn't hurt you, he doesn't really guide you, and he actually kind of backs away from you if you get close to him. You can see he's trying to kind of keep his distance from me. So unfortunately we can't use his nice bright red light to really show us the way. I don't really know what his deal is. I think we actually come across a couple of those little robots here and there. Just hanging around. And even though there's lights over here, this looks like a dead end to me, so we might actually have to double back and go the other way. There's nothing here to examine. Alright. Let's turn our asses around and go down that other path. Good to see you too, but not really. I have no idea what he's talking about. I just want to get back into a building. I don't really like being out here in the open. I feel a little bit exposed and vulnerable, personally. Upsilon B, which is probably going to be a shuttle station. Little robot! Oh, I love these guys. They're so cute. If we free him, we'll have ourselves a little helper robot. So these ones are actually helpful. These are these are probably the best robots in the game because they don't attack you. They don't say anything. They just lead you pretty much exactly where you want to go. In some cases, you could follow them and they'll show you the way, and in other cases, they'll follow you. But either way, they're very nice to have because it'll give you a little bit of light and it will make seeing down here a lot easier. It looks like I can't get up here. Or maybe there's not even a way to get up there. It's just a hatch or something, or like a tower. I'm just keeping an eye out for ladders or doors or anything. Come on, little buddy. Are you coming? Please don't leave me. There we goes. Alright. So Lambda, Lambda, Lambda. We need to find Lambda. Let's go this way. There's a couple different sets of lights to follow, so I'm basically just going in whatever direction my feet take me. You'll find your way eventually. There's really not a lot of area that you can get lost in this area if you just follow the lights. You can see Upsilon there, so we gotta go this way, I guess, because that's where we started. Are you the same robot, or are you a different robot, but you look the same? What's your deal? Like I said, there's quite a few of these underwater, and I don't know why they're there or what they're for. But if we keep going, eventually, here we go. We've found ourselves a shuttle station, which is what Catherine told us to find. Another reason I love these little guys is that they'll open doors for you. Thank you ever so much, my little robot.
Well, thanks, little guy.
That's what I'm saying. Alright. So here we go. The Omni tool will lock the door, drain the water, and then we can head on into the shuttle station here.
Let's hope the shuttle still works.
It's never that easy, Simon. You just jinxed it. Alright, so let's turn on my flashlight. You can see indoors. You can definitely tell when the flashlight is on and when the flashlight is off. A little bit harder to tell when you're underground, though. Alright, so straight ahead you have yourself a healing area here. And this would turn on the train, but we don't have enough power. And we can't even get in the shuttle without power. So that's basically going to be our next goal, is to figure out a way to power up the shuttle so that we can head over to Lambda and find Catherine. We'll do that next time. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope that I will see you then.